Hey there, I'm Dr. Maria Zuschermann, aka Dr. M. I feel like Mum got my name a little bit wrong, so I go by M now most days. My company is Inner Edge Wellness. I'm the director and also the integrative chiropractor here at Inner Edge Wellness. I also am a keynote speaker and facilitator around Australia and am launching my company Aligned Education, where we speak about the alignment between body, head and heart. It was an easy decision, actually. A dear friend of mine that had engaged me for some facilitation work had asked me where I'd done my training, to which I'd said I hadn't. So I'd been teaching for quite a few years and doing it very naturally without training. And when my dear friend Gavin said, well, he had done the Colin James course many, many moons ago, and he said if there was one course that I should do, it was this one. And so it was a no-brainer when it came up in Sydney to book in. The key focus for me was making sure that I actually combined an art form to what I was doing quite naturally. So, and having some structure around what I was doing, because whilst I was going okay, I felt, and I was getting re-engaged for work, is that I didn't have a structure that I could repeat on a regular basis, and that was really important. So I was having to start from scratch every time I was preparing for a keynote, whereas what I felt that I achieved by coming along to the workshop was that now I have a structure that I can hang all of my content off, and that for the 10 or so different keynotes that I can deliver is now they're actually in a repeatable form, and that also they're going to be in a structure that are more easily remembered for my audience as well. I would think number one was the importance of self-introduction. That was something that was really important, whereas I actually felt that I didn't realise that one had to introduce oneself so thoroughly. That might sound a bit silly, but because I do a lot of different things, I'm an author, I'm a podcaster, I'm a speaker, I'm a facilitator, also I'm an integrative chiropractor, is that sometimes it sounds like I'm boasting, if you like. So I didn't actually particularly like doing it in the past, or I wasn't sure how to structure it. So that was one of the biggest takeaways for how to make sure that I had authority standing from stage. The timelining was also really important for me. I had an understanding of it, but it's really created more clarity around it for me. So that, and now watching myself back, I actually presented twice since I've done the Colin James Method, and noticing myself when I've made a boo-boo and picking myself up very quickly, which has been great. So those nuances have been fabulous, and already I see where I'm even more relaxed on stage, and it makes for easier delivery. The only thing that I was a little bit confused about was because the nature of the promotion was very much around the corporate world, I wasn't sure if it was designed for me as being somebody who's moving more heavily into the professional speaking space. And what was actually a joy about it from my perspective was actually being in that corporate space, because I'm actually not corporate, in case anybody hadn't figured that out already by this video. Far from it. However, what I do is work with corporates. And so being actually immersed in that arena for 2 days was actually really powerful. And I know for my friend Kim Morrison, that was also with me on the course, is that was a conversation we both had, who's also a professional speaker, was how it actually allowed us to see the difference in culture and how we needed to perhaps position ourselves moving into that field more heavily. And so that was whilst my initial hesitation was like, oh my goodness, is this course for me? Is that was very quickly wiped away and erased as soon as I arrived, and realising that there was still lots to learn. Areas that I was already fairly confident in, but allowed me to create next layers on top of that. I'd recommend it to other professional facilitators and speakers, because I think there's always layers that we can improve in our mastery. I think that that's one area of the speakers that I love watching are always improving on their craft. And so the more that we can learn, the better that we can deliver our message, which I really loved. One of the things that I observed was the importance for the corporates that were in the room, is the difference in what they were actually, how they were able to speak and present on the start of day one compared to how they presented at the end of day two was phenomenal, and a massive shift in body language, tone, and also delivery, and most importantly in confidence.